Everybody's to shape, and we did it. On Christmas Day, December 25th, 6 years, exactly, to the very first debunking video. Not when we started the channel, but 6 years from the first debunking video we ever did. We've come a long way. There's been ups, there's been downs, mostly ups, and all arounds. But we're still here. And back when I first started, if you guys have been here a long time, you'd know when I first started, there was 2 debunkers that I knew of on YouTube. One of them had quit, Duck of Truth. He had quit, but he had made like, I can't remember exactly how many videos he had debunking on his channel. He did that Michael McGee guy. And Mo Sargi was his last video, and he hadn't uploaded in a year. And I went to his last video and I was like, wonder why he quit. I went to the comments and I was like, oh, okay. That nobody had anything nice to say. And the other channel is DDF Ghost Hunting. You guys probably haven't heard of that, especially if you're new, but he is a big inspiration of why I started this channel out. He wasn't per se calling out ghost hunters on YouTube. He was just debunking clips of just whoever, TikTok or just any social media paranormal clip, and he was debunking those. He still does it to this day. But back when I first started, I was the only one calling out YouTube ghost hunters on YouTube, TikTok, Nuke's Top 5s and stuff like that. Just YouTuber ghost hunters. And it was rough in the beginning because you had to work through earning people's trust, and that, you know, and rightfully so, that takes work, and you got to build that trust. You have to make videos showing, hey, I know what I'm talking about. And when they started seeing, oh, well, this guy does know what he's talking about. I mean, he's a grown man wearing a hockey mask, but he knows what he's talking about. And after a little while, other channels came along. Crow of Judas, who was a subscriber to my channel 6 years ago. Well, yeah, about almost 6 years ago. He started debunking channel. But he did it at the beginning just to impress me, like, hey, I can do this too, and he did a really good job. And then he started doing it on his own. He'll tell you that, I'm not just saying that. World of Mr. Gray come along, and over the last few years, other amazing debunkers come along from Mythos, Paranormal Seekers, Boo Productions, Side-Eyed Guy, Beardo Gets Scared, and others. Little channels growing as well. That's all because of you guys, though. You've never got the credit you deserve, but you're going to get it from me. It's all because of you guys. It always has been. Now, I just want to hint on, before I bust Lee from Really Haunted, I got him. Busted. But I want to talk about these small up and coming debunking channels. When you do YouTube, if you try to do paranormal investigating, it's hard because it's saturated. YouTube is saturated with paranormal investigators, and a lot of them's got humongous productions that you probably ain't going to compete with. Debunking, not so much. There's not many channels that do it, and it's when you're doing YouTube ghost hunting, you're a small fish in a vast ocean. But when you do a debunking channel, you may be a small fish, but you're in a small pond. The debunking community is hella supportive. You can go watch any small channel that does a debunking video. You'll see a lot of the same names that support us bigger channels, and you'll even see bigger debunkers supporting that channel. They'll be in the comments saying, hey, that's awesome, great job. And that's how awesome you guys are. But yeah, Really Haunted Lee, the biggest grifter I've ever seen. What is a grifter? Well, do YouTube, you fake your paranormal, and you don't let your audience in on the trick, you're grifting. That's what you're doing. Let's get into this video. Now we're at Lee. Now, before I really go in on this guy, I don't want to be overly mean to him, especially around the holidays, but the more I think about it, the madder I get. So, the heck with Really Haunted. I mean, I'm just going to be real. Come on out here, Lee. Come on. Come on. Do you want to say anything before I bust you in front of everybody? No? Come on. Don't be shy, little buddy. Come on out here. Did I ever tell you you look like Curly from the Three Stooges? Come on out here. That's good enough right there, little fella. Let's get into this bad boy.
So Lee started the video off actually doing chores, and I'm as shocked as you are.
So, as Lee here is putting dishes in the dishwasher, which kind of makes me feel like you watch my videos where I said you were lazy and did nothing but sit around the house on the couch all the time editing videos. So you're up doing work? Okay, good on you. Good on you. But as he's doing the dishes, an alarm goes off. And you clearly see a shadow figure set off the alarm. It's a visual effect, but let's watch Lee proceed. So Lee, obviously, he goes and grabs his handheld camera, and why his static cameras look horrible and like they got Vaseline spread on the lens, I guess I'll never know. Maybe clean those off, Lee. Now, I want to explain real quick why I say Lee is a grifter. It's when you trick your audience for money and fame. That grifting is many different things, and that is a grift. It's no different than a flat earther preaching flat earth nonsense. When you telling everybody the earth is flat and you're trying to make money off of that, you're grifting. And you know it's bull. You know it's bull. But you go into Lee's comment section, that's all you see is people like, wow, you know, they think it's real. I've showed multiple comments many times. I don't know how they think it's real. I guess I'll never know. But they think it's real. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is a grift. And when you bring religion into it, like holy water, crosses, and whatever, the Bible, prayers, and you have your audience praying for you too, even though you're not in trouble. But when you bring all that stuff in, even though you're staging the demons, you're staging the paranormal, to me, that's a smack in the face to religion and religious people as well. Because you're bringing in real prayer for fake demons.
So that just nearly gave me a heart attack.
That about gave Lee a heart attack. The alarm going off, even though it's happened many times. Oh, well, he wasn't expecting it this time. Even though his couch has been lifted up, this thing is capable of doing, pushing him, shoving him, possessing him. Portal on the wall, and that alarm was terrifying. Terrifying is what that was. No, I just don't buy that. I know what it looks like to be like legitimately startled, and that's an act. Always has been an act. Everything the man's ever uploaded has been an act. Did you know before Lee started saying his house was haunted, he tried to do like top 5 stuff, and Those videos didn't do worth a crap. But he noticed his haunted ones, they do. That's why he does that. Yeah, just a little bit of information I wanted to feed you. Because Lee's busted in this video. Visually busted. Not auditory, visual, right there it is, busted.
An heart attack. I would filling the dishwasher up and the that's a noise I've.
So Curly here heard one of them little like brass cups, chalices, whatever they are, that you can hit. It's like a bell. It rings over a period of time. But I want you to watch what he does as he goes in there to investigate it, because he's got them in there on the table there. But watch what he does.
Again.
So instead of going straight to the bell with this camera and showing nothing is attached to it, he lays this camera down and cuts to the other camera.
That one, 100% metal. Only thing that could have been with them.
Remember, when there's a cut, anything could have happened. He cuts to this camera.
Stacey's nan in Ireland.
And skip. We're going to skip that nonsense because it's irrelevant. It always is. I don't know why he does that either. I'm not going to even go off on a tangent. Yeah, I am. I'm going to go off on a tangent here for a second. When stuff happens, he always gives you over exposition for everything. Go, well, her nun gave her these chalices. Her nun, and he'll give a big reason why, as if that has anything to do with what's going on here. Now you could argue, well, maybe the backstory of these does have something. Vlad, Cain, Vlad the Impaler, mind you, that is the spirit that he believes is in his house. So, whatever this is, it doesn't matter anyway.
If that was a spirit that's willing to help me now, can you just make that noise again for me?
The spirits are in here. Can you make that noise again for me? Not only does it happen, but I want you to watch his little technique, because he's going to think that this technique completely debunks a sound overlay.
Please make whatever noise you've just made again. Thank you so much.
For all of you that are new here, what is a sound overlay? Well, let me tell you. Sound overlay is, I've done it 1,000 times. It's where, like, if I'm sitting here talking to you, or I'm in a haunted house, and for instance, listen, you hear that? Something's knocking on that right there. It's obviously not me, so it has to be a ghost. But Lee here takes the bell ring and he brings the microphone close to it. Like, that way you can hear the bell ring rise. Like, oh, see, it's happening right here. It's not an overlay because I'm walking right over with the microphone, making it get louder. But you can do that in sound overlays as well. It takes a second longer.
Yeah, it's 100% that. That's the first time I've ever found a noise that it's making, I think. You know, we get the ceiling one.
And you're getting ready to hear Lee go on a tangent about how different the noise in the ceiling is compared to this brass cup being rung. We know this. We know it's a different sound because we're not dumb. You see how that works? But he's going to go off on this tangent, and I think he does this to confuse his audience. It's like they can't think because he's bringing you irrelevant information to anything that's happening at the moment.
I know it's coming from ceiling, but it's not vibrating. It's not like a physical noise. We get that like whipping sound in house.
And there he goes doing that again. He talks like his tongue weighs 50 pounds. Now I know my accent ain't the best accent in the world, but I don't talk like the sound and the house. What are you even talking about?
But yeah, I might start leaving them out then. I'm sure I can figure out a way for do like yes, no stuff. Blow my mind.
And pause. Come on, Lee. You got to touch that neckline up a little bit, my man.
Right, so like I said, I'm going to try an experiment. So whenever I'm doing an experiment, I'm always going to do it on this because this is like the biggest like open area in the house.
He's definitely watched some debunking videos for sure, because he proceeds to say this.
Obviously you can see that there's no one underneath. Like you can see that there's what's it called? Like wood. I don't know what.
Remember, this is a grift, and he is explaining why he is not faking anything.
So, maybe in future if I have a camera here for sure that there's no one underneath the bar, but I'll have one in front anyway looking down.
Hey Lee, why don't you take the blind spots out of it completely? That way nobody can say nothing about it. But you won't do that. Just like you won't let any investigators come to your house and investigate this strange, amazing phenomenon that you have. Because the grift would be up, because they would show that none of that stuff that you show happens.
See if we can get that foot move.
It won't move without cuts.
Going to spend too much time on it. I think this is something what's going to be like a gradual thing.
Hey Lee, why don't you let me or another debunker come there?
I'm calling out to... Oh yeah, hang on. Just in case it does move, I'll always show you that like there's nothing on it, no magnets, no string.
So Lee here is showing there's no string and there's no magnets, right? But the problem with that is, during this time when he shows all that, it never moves at all.
Absolutely nothing, it's just a normal plastic bottle.
He's showing that there's no magnet or string, that it's a regular bottle, but the problem is, it never moves when he films it.
I'm sure then that just vibrated.
Let's look again. No, it did not vibrate. It's the way you were moving the camera, you absolute buffoon.
Although it might have been camera screen, but that looked like it vibrated then. Can you do it again? If you did just make it vibrate or move slightly, can you do it one last time and I won't ask you for anything else again tonight? I'm not sure. I was looking at camera screen then when I thought I saw that vibrate. And do you know, like that when I'm talking about vibrating. So it probably didn't. It was probably just a trick of light or something, but...
You're right, Lee. It was a trick of the light. It was just camera movement and a trick of the light. Now, like I said, because he showed there's no string and no magnets, nothing come of it. But as he's laying on his couch, thinking of his next little staged video, he gets a knock. Watch this.
I don't know how many bangs that were then, but that was an absolute shitload. Torch. I'm gonna have a quick blast on Spirit Talker.
Oh, the old Spirit Talker app. You know, one of the most reliable ghost hunting pieces of software to ever bedevil the days of man. Let's see how accurate it is.
Can you show yourself?
I am Kane.
I am Kane. Whoever that is.
Cain. So he's talking to Cain. Cain, 3900 BC. That's thousands of years ago. So you're talking to a very old spirit. Let's see how this goes.
Go sit at caravan a minute. It's free.
Tripod.
Now, I'm holding this camera on a little tripod. Whether it means that or that's just something random, I don't know.
Oh, the spirit said tripod, and he's holding a tripod, holding his camera. That's amazing. Well, with the exception that Cain was from thousands and thousands of years ago, and this is a modern day tripod, so how would he even know what that is? But you know what? Stuff like this doesn't require critical thinking, because when you critically think, it falls apart. But let's keep going.
It's not doing much. I can hear something on roof. I shit myself now if something comes in that window.
Yeah, I'd laugh too if something come in that window and just, you know, sucked your face right off your face. Face right off your face. Whatever. Yeah, I'd laugh. Now, Lee decides to spend the night in the camper. So he lays down in the bed. He's getting ready to lay down in the bed, get comfortable, and just have a good night's sleep. But he gets possessed. But does he? We'll just have to watch, because I'm about ready to show you something. Wow, that's probably some of the most amazing footage I've ever seen in my life. He walks out in this weird possessed-like state, and the camper door slams by an invisible supernatural force that we don't know what it is. But was it really an invisible entity, or was it, I don't know, his wife? Let's take a look closer.
And yes, I caught a hand in the video. Take a look at the edge of the door. Do you see that? Well, if you didn't, let's zoom in a bit, because you can see knuckles. Let's zoom in. What's that? Let's do it one more time. That's a hand. Let's do it one more time. Oh, knuckles. Oh, let's do it one more time. Boom. The grift is over, Lee. We can see the hand slamming the door. When you zoom in, you can see the mechanisms to close the door. That's why the hand got caught. Now, if somebody's in there and they got to close the door without being seen on the camera, they would reach out, grab that, and then close the door.
Well, Lee, it looks like the grift, it's up. That was a hand from a person. You can see it, which means the door didn't slam by some invisible supernatural entity, but a human being. That's what I love about this job, is when you catch visual stuff like this that completely destroy his credibility. after he got busted. Oh, love it. But yeah, guys, that's Lee in a nutshell for you. Yeah, 6 years. 6 years. And the hidden word in this video is going to be 6. But yeah, Lee got busted. Done with him for a while. We're moving into the new year. 6-year anniversary of the channel right now. And that's all because of you guys. Couldn't do it without you. I really appreciate you and the debunking community as a whole. But none of us debunkers are anybody without you guys. I appreciate it very, very much. And I got other bangers on the way as well, by the way. This ain't it. Just thank you. Have a safe and Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. And if you don't celebrate it, just have a happy day. And if you're alone, or you have no family, or you just so happen to be alone on this day, or maybe you're at work on Christmas, or wherever you're at, I'm proud to be here with you. It's me and you. I love you, and I appreciate you. And I'll see you in the next video. Y'all come back now, you hear? Merry Christmas.